One. Welcome to Talking Hogs, the only podcast that does think you should work 3 on and 2 off.
Mm.
How mighty fair of you, sir.
You just look at the past little string here. 3 out of 5 ain't bad. That's what I'm saying.
3 on, 2 off. Look, they do. That's how they work in Italy, and we're what if we are anything, we are an Italian-based podcast.
True.
We're just trying to stay canonical. How you
Yes,
boys feeling this week?
I think I have 8.
You think what? I know we know how you feeling.
Yeah, like AIDS.
Fantastic. It's a great way to feel.
I mean, if you're gonna get a disease, you might as well get a party one, right? Like everyone that had AIDS had a good time getting there.
Well, I was curious the other day, and I was like, you guys, I know I've told y'all about the bug chasing community.
Yeah, I've watched that documentary. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Only Daniel would immediately be like, "Yes, Casey, I have been to hell."
I've seen that. It's a nightmare.
Aaron, are you familiar with bug chasing?
No, but I think that one's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, so
It's like Pokemon. You go out in the woods with your little net and you catch bugs and you put them in.
You don't have to catch them all, though. You just need to catch one.
Really, just this one. Just one simple bug that doctors don't want you to know about. Click here.
Doctors hate it.
Doctors do. They do, honestly, probably.
For those of the listeners who are not aware, bug chasers are typically men going after HIV positive men to get the HIV virus that eventually turns to AIDS. And that's like a kink. And that's kind of that's going to be the biggest thing you learn today while you guys are driving to work is, oh, I can't wait to share this with everybody at the water cooler about bug chasing, which is something I would discuss with my colleagues as well.
Aaron, I'm sure I have several times without their permission.
Yeah, now that's how you're really living on the edge. If you're not just chasing, what about the exciting world of unknown bug giving? Someone who wants to impart that on others without their consent.
They call that the gift.
They call that the gift, and they also call that a Class 1 felony as well.
There was a local news. Speaking, damn, we're on fire already.
Yeah, we're starting off strong.
I wonder if you're thinking what I'm thinking too.
Oh, about the dude in Dalton who got shot on the side of the road because he's been getting young Latina men like AIDS or HIV, the virus of AIDS.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing with local focal. So what I want to hear what version of the story you guys have heard. What I heard, and this is mostly from my mom being nosy on like theradar.com or like News Channel 3's local Whitfield County radar Facebook
message board.
Hey, I get all my news from Facebook, and if it isn't on Facebook and it ain't real, it didn't show up in what's going on in Chatsworth group, so I don't believe it. Fake news.
Yeah.
Daniel says fake news.
I don't know. I just say fake news. Makes me feel better.
It is. It makes you think back to a simpler time, doesn't
it? It
do. I mean, it's just such a wild story.
All I've heard. What?
I haven't heard anything about this, and I make it. I say that initially in jest, but I haven't heard anything about that whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that doesn't really surprise me since you're following the Chatsworth Murray Facebook group, since they vehemently sitting in their hole away from the world, like vehemently hating the more prosperous counties surrounding them. Like they don't fucking get it, man. Here in Murray, half an hour away from any veins to anywhere else, they don't understand.
There's still a whole group of like, well, not even a whole group, but just a massive percentage of Chatsworth people that are still like, y'all don't get it. Out here, we ain't got nothing at all. It's like, actually, y'all have just about everything now. like major retail shopping.
And disagreed.
That's,
I've been to BFE nowhere towns that have a damn Walmart. And I mean, if you want to like glue all the Dollar Generals together, maybe, sure. But no Walmart, no Logan's Roadhouse. So, I mean, if you ain't got them two things, what do you got?
So many dollar stores.
Yeah.
So many
reason for that. I have a conspiracy behind that, but we don't have time. We'll let the show go on a little bit.
Oh, is it okay? Here's my conspiracy of it right now. If you get a map of Chatsworth, Georgia, and you put a dot at every dollar store and you connect them all with lines, it would become a pentagram.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
they put on the ley
lines. Dollar stores is where
I was waiting for Dan to say ley lines. Drink.
You had ley lines on your bingo card.
Oh shit, I'm faded.
Yeah. I want to touch on, like we mentioned it. All I really heard, I want to know if there's more to it. I just heard that, and of course it had to be this type of group of people, just so everybody could bitch about it more here. But it's like an African American man got upset at somebody on the road who, I didn't think it was related. I didn't hear this yet. I just thought they got into like road rage against each other.
Oh,
and that the one dude shot at the other guy, who ended up being a gay white man who unwillingly spreads AIDS apparently to others. I'm hearing this shit through the grapevine. I don't know how much of that's true.
I knew about the road rage thing. I didn't know, and I was blaming that solely on the Olive Garden. But I didn't know those two stories were related.
Yeah, dude.
So really Olive Garden based crime again. Olive Garden based hate crime, double hate crime. I'm confused. I'm going to need a flow chart.
I thought it was the other way. I thought they were coming from the Crystal outside the mall, going north up Walnut that way.
No.
What, did someone get shot on the White House yard in Dalton?
I thought the shooting happened around Underwood way. I think they raged to a point.
You did think that.
You would. Those two things couldn't be further from one another. That's a long GTA 5-esque road chase for. I mean, those are two pretty far away locations. I just assumed that the wait list at the Olive Garden gotten far too long, and then just gunfire broke out.
Yeah, it's just some guy like, I've waited 20 years for this mother.
Cut him off on breadsticks and it just opened fire.
Sir, you've had 8 baskets. Is what?
They're unlimited. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's so weird how road rage, like, it is actually a thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's a guy in Fort Oglethorpe who got guy of his truck and just shot the other guy and then got back in his truck and drove off. Like, what?
How feel that? Be a real man. And I missed the day when you could pull up next to someone, flip them the bird, and the worst that could happen is they get out of their truck at the red light and sock you through the window. Like, let's have a fight.
What happened to the good old days when you could just drag somebody out of the car, slam their head in the door, and choke them with their seatbelt? What? Mm-hmm. What happened? Simpler times.
I think eventually, like driving, will just have to turn into like Twisted Metal. It'll just be Mad Max style cars that we're taking to Sears or to last Sticky Fingers in Chattanooga, because we just got to try that sauce again.
Yeah, something about it.
Good.
You know, as AI advances and self-driven cars become more prominent, road warfare will become the new norm.
Aaron, what would your war car look like?
I was trying to think that. That's exactly where my mind was going. I can only assume it's still the Caliber, and I just affix extra layers to it. I keep it the green. I'll call it something like the turtle shell. And then, like, if someone gets close to me at whatever part, I'll have the ability to, in different sections, trigger a piece of my shell to blow off at them, just like so they catch a door on the side. Just...
Nice.
Daniel,
I love it. I'm going to go ahead and tag myself into this with a 30-plus-year-old reference. I'm going to steal a mail truck, retrofit it with weaponry, and I'm going to call myself Mr. Zip. And the vehicle will be called Going Postal, and I'll just be hucking explosive packages out of the back of it.
Oh God, that's a nice Kaczynski style answer. I can appreciate that.
It is. It's what I do.
I'm surprised an ornery mailman isn't a job in your history, Dan. It would seem to
it could have been, and it's not for lack of trying.
But it's government work.
It is government work, and despite the temptation to get on the inside, there was too many background checks. There's too many questions, too many cups to pee in. It just wasn't going to work out.
There's so many cups.
So many cups.
What's your twisted metal style vehicle, Casey? I want to hear.
I'll bring back the funk, dude. I'll bring back the '89 town car, the Lincoln. She's already made of complete steel on all sides, so we'll just do. I don't know. Maybe it's just like I have like boom boxes, and it makes really loud music sounds, and it crushes everything around me, dude.
I like that. Yeah.
I'll lean more into the mystical side of twisted metal. Some of the cars that have ghost-like abilities.
Yes.
Dude. And look at this. Like, I love the way the hive mind works. That could lead us right into a game. That I had prepped. I didn't know where it was going. And like you guys, you just lead me right to it because I had a game called Name That Whip. Here's some new concepts for vehicles, ideas that have been pitched and are ready to be tested out on the market. We just need snazzy new eye-catching names for them.
Perfect.
So you guys name these. I think some of them come with like descriptions too if you want to throw them in. But anyway, oh shit, I wrote 10 of these bitches. We'll see. I don't know. 1. I got docking vehicles for say like moving and extra hauling, and they dock together at the front of one and the back of the other by having no less than 6-inch rigid protrusions fit into the other vehicle's asshole at the back and are held tight by a set of locking balls. It comes with locking lube.
Ostensibly off the rip, I just kind of want to call it the double penetrator. I don't know that really fits, but it is a very sexually oriented car, and it does turn me on several levels.
How about instead of like Cerberus, it's like Sedanerus? Thank you.
Thank you. Been my TED Talk.
We're gonna blame that one on the illness.
I like you going for the stretch.
We're stretching it all the way out today on the show, guys.
Speaking of stretching out, how about number 2? A completely solar powered car. Just open its rear door up to the sky for a recharge.
That's the new Kia Anus. It has to be charged through its asshole.
Nail it down.
I got it. It said 1999 Dodge Penis.
Oh, sometimes they write themselves.
I'm just gonna make the worst ones. Let's go.
All right, number 3. It's the refuse collector. It rides down the road with netting to gather discarded debris, among other things that inevitably get caught up in there.
The trash, grass, or ass, no one rides for free.
It's gonna be a Pontiac shitbird.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I feel like if I knew more about cars, then this would be a better game. But I'm going to try.
See, I dare say that's what makes it better. I just feel I can feel Chris Deal laughing somewhere. I hope. Let's do number 4. Finally, a vehicle powered entirely by your massive ego. I'm happy with that one. I need that car.
I kind of want to. I feel like it should be called the Toyota Pratt, just in honor of greatest voice actor of all time, Chris Pratt, known for such roles as Chris Pratt playing Chris Pratt in Pixar's Pratt.
It's a Pratt thing.
It's coming out in 2024.
Okay. How about a Ford F-Me 50?
Oh, that's good.
Hey,
Thank
I
you.
like the F me part too.
Yeah,
Boy, would I.
because I'm a little bitch. I'm a little
Number, what was that? 5. This vehicle has a self-cleaning shitter in the driver's seat that allows you to take care of business on the road. Then use that stored refuse at will as a weapon against aggressor vehicles.
That's the Dodge Purge.
I like that.
Yeah. Y'all
Uh,
doing even better than I'd hoped.
let's see. How about oh shit. Uh, God, I'm losing my mind. How about a Nissan shit tube? I don't know where I'm at.
What about number, 6, the self-sucking vehicle for the lonely driver.
Hmm. That's a 2001 Pontiac Fellatio.
Jeep Grand Self Suck.
Oh, that's good.
Number, where was 7? The Supreme Economy Car, like an IKEA assembly required Lego model, comes in gray.
That's the Tesla Cybertruck, if I'm not mistaken.
Some assembly required.
It will take off your fingers. Don't fucking get close to it.
It's the only car you can put together with an Allen wrach.
It's the IKEA. God damn, it's the IKEA Soul. Fuck, what wasn't I thinking?
Oh, dude.
God damn it.
Oh, I forfeit. IKEA so rules.
Do number 8, land and sea worthy automobile.
Mm.
A Chevy McGangbang? I don't know. I don't know.
Takes all comers.
That's the GMC Frogman.
Nice. I would have lost a bet there. I figured somebody was going with a variation of surf and turf.
Oh, very nice.
Let's go with number 9. For some reason, a heavily racist vehicle.
Ooh. The Ku Klux Cadillac, spelled with 3 Ks.
Yes.
How about a Chevy Grand Wizard GT Sport Coupe?
I mean, is a racist vehicle not just an F-250 Super Duty? Is that not?
I should have just
Right.
said I should have just said the General Lee.
Listen, the car wasn't racist. Everyone else was. That car was very progressive. Everybody else racist.
It's kind of like Edward Norton in American History X. Like he's trying to hide his Nazi tattoos because he's embarrassed of it. General Lee just has that Confederate flag permanently on. I'm like, guys, I've changed. And
Can't do anything about the hood ornament. It just is what it is.
I don't have arms.
Can't paint myself.
I can't paint myself.
Somebody fix me.
Somebody paint me.
Let's see. I got one more. 10 is last. Why do I have extra written on this? And last, let's do an abstinence mobile. Too many teens getting busy in the back seat, wearing out them knees on their carpet, rug burn, sweating outside the field house on a hot day, or maybe even freezing in any dark corner of society they can find, just trying to grind and avoid the cops. True monkey behavior I'd have no idea about. Name it. How does this one work?
It's powered by your sheer unfuckableness. That would be the Chrysler True Love Waits.
In my head, I don't have a name, but just a concept. Imagine like 2 Tron Lotmobiles, but the bodies have to be folded in a way that to be even put inside the automobile. So you're actually driving while looking at the road. And then your knees are to your chest and your hands are gripped up against the wheel, right? Now you're in two separate pods connected by one rod, and that's as far as my brain went before I started to like stroke out.
Oh, those are wonderful. I enjoyed that game.
Did you? Can I check my notes?
Mm,
God
that
damn!
is
Well,
the only note I had.
I thought I had more written.
I have
Uh,
I have a
you got
game.
you got the
It's
okay. Let's do it.
it's called why is Aaron's face the only one that doesn't look like it's melting? What's your what's your skincare regimen? If I'm checking correctly, the bags under my eyes, I think it's 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, depending. This one got punched, but that's the only excuse. Like, why ain't your face melting, Aaron? What the fuck?
Well, I could give you the long answer that something including Nikki helping me out with new creams and things that I use in my daily routine. But then the short answer, as you always know, is money. And I just paid for a better webcam than the two of you are using.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
good. That's
yeah. I'm actually a ghost.
fuck, man.
Hey, have y'all looked into the new Ghostbusters? Yes or no?
If I look
I've
at the
seen the
new
trailer.
Ghostbusters,
It's called
that's fine.
Frozen Empire, which is like a corn dog name. Like, come on, Ghostbusters.
Frozen Empire.
See, AI came up with that. Don't be mad.
That's true. Moving on. The only note I had written down in my phone was, have you guys? It just said Microsoft Excel Championships. Were you aware that there is Microsoft Excel Championships?
I am not. That sounds. I don't
Terrible.
know. Part of me is interested by that. The other part of me is horrified.
Yeah, it was on the YouTube because I was my algorithms towards like GDQ shit right now, and for some reason I brought up Microsoft Excel Championships, and I watched 10 minutes of one, and there was this guy just filling out thousands of just little all those little logic equations you put in there, and like stretching all of his graphs out, and I thought to myself, how do you get this good at Excel? Because I think we can all agree Excel is the worst program of all time.
Um.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I fancy myself a little bit of an Excel wizard, or at least I like to think of myself as one. I enjoy it from time to time. I use it for profit margin calculations and inventory sheets and all kinds of what you do it. But I mean, nowhere on the caliber of something like that. Like the formulas that I can do and the sheets that I can make probably pale in comparison to even the ones that Aaron can pull off. But I mean, it is satisfying to build a good sheet with good formulas that'll actually do anything. I made one for work that I can change parameters of my product and adjust numbers, and it'll give me margin outputs and all kinds of neat shit. But that's about my only claim to fame. Everything else is kind of beyond me.
It's one of those. It's like figuring out a really shitty, lame puzzle in an action adventure game, like PSX era action adventure puzzle, where you're just beating your head against the fucking wall using V lookup after V lookup, trying to figure. It's like the numbers are there, brother. Why won't they merge?
Just merge, goddamn it!
Yeah, it was just like two teams of teenagers just duking it, and even the announcers was like, "Oh my God, look at the sheer speed that for which he is doing these things." And he's just drag clicking everything. It was insane, and I didn't know if it was real or not. So, Microsoft Excel Championships, everyone. If there's ever something you want to win and not tell anyone, it would be the Microsoft Excel Championship.
Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, if I won that, I'd be telling everybody, whether they wanted to hear it or not.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh shit, here comes Daniel, and you show up
But
with
it's
the
trophy. It's
what?
it's just the first 800 digits of pi on a chain hanging around my neck.
Yeah, it's like dudes who wear their Letterman's jackets. Okay, here's a question:
All right.
how long after high school are you allowed to wear your Letterman's jacket?
To the
Oh
grave.
God, yeah, that's
To the grave. You're
apparently the
burying that son
answer.
of a bitch.
That's that. God damn, that's the good answer. The real answer is like, holy shit, brother. Unless now, okay, it's territorial. If you plan on, and I'm not even bitching at you, but if you plan on not but staying in the town you grew up in, if that's going to become your identity, if you're just going to stay there, live life there, and you stay within that perimeter, then you can wear it as long as you want and relive those heydays. The second you move outside of that perimeter where you gained it, it starts to dissolve.
Oh yeah.
It only has power within the confines of the high school that you acquired it in. I would argue that there are occasions post high school that you can wear it. Wedding night. Let's say you hook up later in life with one of your high school teachers. That's an appropriate time to wear it.
Yeah. But
While robbing a local bank.
Now the teacher's
Miss
like 60
Stevens.
years old now, and you're like in your the ages that we are now, and then
Correct.
we just put the Letterman's jackets on, like, teacher, I'm here for my extra credit.
Yeah, touchdown!
You rip the jacket in the back.
By that same credit, if you sort of reverse and jumble that up, if you're a teacher having sex with one of your students, or someone on school property who still attends that school,
right?
You want to
wear their Letterman jacket while you commit a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh dude, no, you got bust in the Letterman's jacket, dude. That's what.
Yeah, and you get new patches too every time you do.
Yeah, it's
like Boy Scout fucking patches.
I got this one for finding the G spot.
I never got one.
Aaron, did you have one? You had one, right?
No. I mean, like I had some stuff I could have gotten him for, but that's my point. If you like it, that's cool. But I never, even when I was in high school, like when I was a senior, I didn't give a single shit. I didn't want the ring because I'm not going to wear a bulky ass ring, and I didn't want the jacket. I was just like, I would just try to con like my rents out of more money for me. Like, yo, I don't need that. So how about you pass that green that would have been used on a ring and a jacket?
Very classy. Do you not letter in theater?
Yeah, I did. I lettered in fucking drama.
That's sick, dude.
Aaron, a true Renaissance man of high school activities, football champion and theater champion.
God, brother.
The CRT chased me away from the ladder.
Oh,
you're fine.
I'm fat.
4 concussions in 1 week is normal. Take your salt tablet. Walk it off.
God, Letterman's jackets. I do it. I feel like if you're, God.
Did you, Casey? I feel like weren't you in band?
Oh yeah, I was in band, and I
like you lettered in band, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna get one of those.
Yeah.
One, because I was like lame, and two, my mom was like, no, I'm not gonna spend money on that. And I was like, that's right, Mom. Thanks.
Hell yeah, Mom.
Oh, hell yeah, Mom.
Oh. Speaking of, that's my picture this week. I got my mom digging some shit out. I got young mom in the background and young fat ass fucking me looking happy as hell. I was telling TR about this. All I can assume is like, all I hear when I see that shit is the line from Major Payne. It's like, what you laughing at, fat boy? You find a piece of candy in your pocket?
Yeah, that's my question. What is slightly off screen that baby Aaron is so enamored with? Like just a loaded gun, or
it's a half rack of ribs. That baby loves bones. You ain't never changed, Aaron. You still love bones.
Cracking them things up.
Can't wait to get messy.
You kind of look like Slimer before he was a ghost.
Yeah.
Aaron,
one thing I noticed.
Aaron,
I'm sorry.
Was it you that sent me that TikTok with Slimer in it talking about him betraying his own kind?
No, but I saw that. I think that was Joseph.
Oh yeah, that was fucking good. Like he betrayed his own kind. He's trapping the ghost, trying to impress the other Ghostbusters. I loved it. Terrible hate crime.
Daniel, did you have blonde hair as a baby?
No, I'm gonna try and find me a baby Dan pic. I know there's probably one on my dad's Facebook
On the dark web.
on the dark web. Oh, there's plenty of them. Ooh, need to clear some of his history real quick. All right, we're back. We're good now. Let's see here. I
You
don't
know,
think
there's
there's a
one on
few.
the Facebook though. At the very least, if not baby, you is like a rigid, closely shaven 18-year-old.
Fledgling martial artist. Yeah, there's a few of those. Let's see. Dad's inspirational cross quotes. There's one for a Jeep. There's baby Dan. Let me enhance. Enhance. Screen cap. Get Eddie out. Let's cut Eddie out of the picture. There we go.
We don't want the brother.
Fuck Uncle Eddie. Uncle Eddie, I know you're a fan of the show, but you can go fuck yourself.
Is
He's
he?
not. No,
Oh,
fuck.
okay. It's like,
Uncle
what?
Eddie wouldn't know what a podcast was if it came up and fucked him in his own ass. I'm sorry, man. I still hold a grudge the way that little pipsqueak talked to me at the fucking nest. That shit still burns me up. Fucking coming there all mad because it's all trashed out. And I was like, well, you let 5 morons move in here. I don't know what you wanted.
I always loved your mentality about it too, because it's like, come on, let's rent this place, and then fuck it up. And it's like, well, yeah, dumbass, you let me rent it.
Yeah, dude. You should have known better. Honestly.
I mean, how fucked up was that house though? Because I was there all the time.
It wasn't like it was caved in or anything.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty. I mean, we would try to kind of pick it up when we'd have people over, but like, especially after everybody else left and it was just me left to my own devices. Yeah. They're pretty rough.
Now that I don't know about as much, but like when we were all there, like I can definitely see, like if you've got sentimentality tied to the joint, you're not going to like anything. But as far as like what we're talking about, like how bad was it? Bad is like I've had to work at places that are bad, brother. You let your animals shit and piss everywhere inside. So you have to tear up the carpet in the under part, and it started rotting the baseboards. You've got grease stains on the ceiling because you've burned the chimney pipe directly into a house that doesn't have a chimney exhaust. Like, that's bad shit. As far as like, oh, there's dirty clothes and empty soup cans everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of nasty, but that's topical. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, there were wine stains on the ceiling. The entire sunroom was just cigarette yellow.
Yeah.
And B-Rad's like, don't smoke out there. And it's like, we won't.
God, that sunroom, Jesus.
Speaking of which, there's young B-Rad and young B-Rad with a little baby pic there. That baby is not happy to be there.
That's well, real fast, we are about to conclude with this section of the episode. We will be back shortly for the second part. Keep hogging.
Keep hogging.
And we're back from the break. What'd you guys do?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I had a little treat that I got from the Rocket Fizz joint in Chattanooga, where you can mostly get like the candy and shit.
Yeah,
they also have some fun snacks, and I had some international imported cucumber Lay's Pringle style chips that were very nice.
Oh, that's cool. I like all their taffy. We got a bunch of taffy.
They have a fucking wall, just an unending shelf. Just.
And I'm looking at this taffy like I'm some kind of fucking sommelier. I'm just like, okay, this is a tutti frutti. It's fresh. You can feel it still soft at the touch. Just hints of banana, blueberry, strawberry. Just tonguing it. I enjoy taffy. I don't get it a lot.
I don't care for it. Don't get it. Don't understand it.
I'm not a big taffy guy either. I do still enjoy seeing the machine stretch it when I end up in Gatlinburg once every 15 to 20 years.
Yep. That shit makes you horny, right? That's not just me thing. That's everybody thing.
Gatlinburg?
Oh, yeah. Watching Gatlinburg in general makes me horny, yes. It's just a general Dolly-esque atmosphere that gets my dick hard.
You know, it's funny y'all say that. We're actually going to be going to Pigeon Forge in like a few weeks.
Hey, I think we are too in about 4 to 6 weeks. We're up there at the same time. We got to fight Hatfield McCoy style.
Oh, dude. What? Which weekend are y'all going? Do you know?
Melinda's birthday weekend, the 9th, whatever
Wait,
corresponding weekend that
Jessica's
Is that
birthday
still
is
happening?
is
also
the 9th. Correct. Correct.
boys' night, dude.
Fuck, dude. Boys' night of watching the kids and cleaning up around the Airbnb. Boys' night.
Yeah.
I think
Isn't that
we're
still going to be like all the folks on your side then, or?
We're gonna try. We're gonna try. It all depends on what Genocide Joe gives us back for tax money, and we'll see.
Oh, gotcha.
We'll see what's going on. And I think there's other trips planned going on down there. I'm just along for the ride. When there's a trip going and I'm involved, I'll let you know. That's the plan, but we'll see.
Now I don't care either way. You just make sure you let me know. Like
I will.
the only reason I care is because our asses were also on the line, as I understood it from you.
Eh,
So like you can't hold
eh.
me liable if you didn't tell me about it.
No, I
If
mean
I
I'm not
didn't
gonna hold.
know.
I'm not holding anybody's feet to the fire because I'm not one to go around collecting money. I'm hoping I've done enough side hustling, sold enough underwear online that I can just pay for it, and then people want to come up, pay what they can, forever how long they want to stay. It's about $500 a night. If I could get everybody to pay for one night, that would fix a lot of things, and then everybody could stay the forever how long they wanted to stay. But I don't like busting people's heads for cash. It's not my thing. So we're gonna go. If people want to come, I want you to come. I want Dolly's Disco Mansion for sure. And if by what weird happenstance and serendipity we're all three up there at the same time, we gotta
we
record
have
an
to link
episode
up, dude.
live from the laser tag.
I'd like to see y'all make it happen.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Jessica and the boys. I'm like, I have diarrhea, and the only bathroom that's accommodating is the one in the lobby. I will be back in, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours.
No, we all convene at Dolly's Mountain Disco and do it from the hot tub.
I think we're going to be staying at, I forget what it's called, but it's some big ass new hotel they have where they have an indoor water park and they have this like psychedelic lazy river that's like
Ooh.
encapsulated. So you just ride through it. Oh, dude, it's like super, super psychedelic. We haven't had any plans for like the rest of it yet. But fuck it, we'll figure it out. She was worried. She was like, "What are we gonna do?" I was like, "It's fucking Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Like, you could
Exactly.
it's anything, whatever you don't go there with a solid plan. Just fucking look at
Yeah.
look at the candy.
Mostly you already know what your plan is. Like
Right.
the only real question is, are we also going to pony up extra money to go to Dollywood or not? Beside that, you're going to pick whichever laser tag / arcade emporium with
Yeah,
go-karts is the closest at the time you
There's
want to
only
go.
one.
You're
There's
going to
only
go
one,
to
and that's
mini golf.
Laserport. You can go to hell.
You're gonna go get jerky from the new mall and hot sauce and sign the waiver and cry because you thought you were a big enough man to handle that horseradish and hot sauce and then be reminded that you're not.
Right.
That's how it all works.
should
You
we
got to
all
go
meet
to the
up?
Mega Tanger Outlet Hellhole Mall.
Should
Got to
we
go
all
there.
meet up and go Margaritaville? Just the boys?
Oh,
Yep.
I always forget about that fucking complex they have now. What is
Oh,
it, like
dude,
the
you have to go
Serial
to the
Killer
island.
Museum, the
Yeah.
Paula Deen Restaurant, and Margaritaville?
That place is cool as fuck. Have you been? It's pretty cool. I mean, aside from the racist eating establishment, it's fun.
I've stayed at the Margaritaville
That's
Hotel.
right. Hell
Uh,
yeah.
and so I'm very intimately familiar with the island. I actually love it. I love it because it's so self-contained that you can just go and get drunk and then walk back to the hotel in like 5 minutes, and that's fucking awesome.
So it's a Cancun all-inclusive trip, but in Gatlinburg.
You could say that. So the island is just a little road off that little stretch of highway, and it's just there's a hotel and all these shops and restaurants, and then you can just walk to everything. It's fantastic. God. But at that moment they didn't have all the shit they had then. It was only like that moonshine, like that's dog shit. But hell, I
Who
drink.
wants 40 proof moonshine?
I know what I was thinking of. It's like Gatlinburg built their own, not even that much more, but kind of their own miniature version of the Battery South, where the tiny ville that the Braves live in now in Marietta. So it's like Gatlinburg made their smaller version
Cop
of
City?
that.
You talking
Yeah,
about
they
Cop
made
City?
Cop City.
Is that where they live? I assume if it's in Atlanta and it consists of the Atlanta Braves, that would be what it was.
Uh,
So yeah, stay tuned for that. We're gonna have to, by hook or by crook, figure that out.
Casey, I
Yeah.
gotta bring something up. I gotta address the elephant in the room. We've been pussyfooting around this whole episode. I've been waiting a week plus for your input on this Vince McMahon shit. I've been waiting.
I was almost wondering if that was gonna be the Patreon because I could just
We can do it. We can save it for the pad if you want to. That's fine. I need your
tease
input
them.
on this.
Let's see. I think we should save it for the Pat. That way I can say whatever and not
That's fair. That's fair.
about it.
Given the subject matter, I think that's the right call.
Because you're gonna have to pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
But
tease.
we'll
Visit the Pat.
well, I will say this much for the non-paying listeners, the freeloaders, that um, this is, and this is not wrestling fan Casey. This is one of the biggest media stories to happen in our generation. The pure depravity by someone on this level. I mean, you didn't even hear about, like, not saying that these things couldn't have happened, but Lord, even with a Trump per se, he wasn't doing that kind of shit to these women. Now he could have been going to an island, but who doesn't go to an island?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a
Who doesn't
nondescript island.
We were just talking about going to an island. Talking hogs have been to an island.
We've been to an
Yeah,
island.
not that one though. We don't make enough money. Don't you worry.
Yeah, little St. Paula's, dude.
Little St. Paul Deans.
Little St. Paul Dean's Island. But my thing is this going to be a Bill Cosby thing where he serves a small, insignificant amount of time and they let him out because he's old? Is he even going to go to jail? What's going to happen? Because there's a lot of shit about to go down once this goes to trial. If it's not settled, which I would assume it would be settled, but you don't know.
Y'all hang on. Y'all continue on without me for a second.
All right.
I like yeah, speaking of shit, there's gonna be a lot of shit in that old man's diaper by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, would he just like totally feign? Now all of a sudden he's gonna act as if he is his age, like an 80-something-year-old man. Like, I don't know what.
Yeah. I remembered you saying that. That's I think a strong possibility. Like, just you're old, plain sane. We'll put you up in your mansion and it'll be fine.
So more on that to come.
Yeah.
Alan Wake
Splashing
2
baby.
is incredible.
Hell yes. I'm excited to hear that. Is there anything you want to dip your toe into? Because I'm with you. I love Remedy. I mean, really, I don't even have that much. I say I love Remedy. I just love Control. And I like the lore that I know of surrounding Alan Wake. But I didn't play the Max Paynes. I didn't play Alan Wake 1. But I do want to get around to Alan Wake 2 with you.
So it's awesome. The Control is gonna, as long as they're successful with everything, Control is gonna be that game for them that was like the center crux for everything after. There is so much Control in Alan Wake 2.
Cool.
Yeah, they're no Easter eggs. Like, there is direct ties.
It's awesome. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so because they're what was it in Control? Like, you would read all those notes and it would be like incidents that happened that didn't have explanations and whatever the fuck they were calling that. I need to replay it at some point. But yeah, that's essentially all Alan Wake 2 is. Like, there's unexplained phenomena that they're looking into there too. But it's sick, dude. It's like if Twin Peaks was a video game and then like scary,
Yeah.
but cool scary, not like shit your pants scary. It's just
Right.
super unique. Oh, hey, there's Jessica calling me. I'll be back.
All
Cool.
right, good. It's my turn now. I'm back.
What do you what what do you, there was something I was gonna ask you about that. I can't, god damn it. Something with so like what about the I know you're not really into like playing as many like big AAAs now. We're scary. What do you have you seen where like they released a new free Silent Hill game? Like you can just download that from the market now.
No, I haven't.
It's called like the something message. I don't know. I was giving that a look. It kind of looks like I've read some people comparing it to PT, that big playable test demo Kojima made that never came to fruition. And like, who knows? Maybe this is where they continue developing it. But the short message, it seems interesting, but probably like Casey was saying, where Alan Wake and that part of scarydom, it's not like just shit your pants scary, keep you up at night. It's just kind of spooky. Silent Hill would probably be too much for me.
I mean, I could play those games, but you know me, like I'm not a patient person. I'm not a low magic or low lethality person. I'm a Halo over a Rainbow Six kind of guy. Like I need pulpy levels of action. Any game
Hmm.
where I'm wandering around with a flashlight, opening doors. I mean, the closest to me with something like that would be like a BioShock where I'm look or a Fallout where I'm going around picking up notes, solving mysteries, but also exploding rats with my laser gun. So I need that
Yeah.
element deeply ingrained, and I just don't know if Silent Hill is going to give that to me. Um, but those kind of games would be things that I would watch, like you were talking about the Suicide Squad game. Something I would watch a streamer do to get the story and to see the things, but
Yeah.
not something for me to play.
That has been interesting, at least to watch. Something you mentioned Bioshock. While Casey's gone, oh, I'm sure he'd be interested too. There's same developer, same guy that created all the Bioshocks, is making a new, like it's an obvious spiritual successor. It's called Judas. And we're still like 2+ years off, but the trailer looks great because it's the same like it's more sci-fi based this time, but it's the
Nice.
same style of play, like your first person, one hand weapon, one hand magic powers, whatever, going to fucking town. It looks fucking great. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm more into that. I need some more of that.
The lead in, you should check out the trailer. The lead in is like it still looks like, they're dealing with surreal levels of, things like conspiracy theories and shit like that, but the sci-fi theater of it, you're kind of like being brought to your senses, or like you're coming awake, sort of Matrix style. I'm not sure. This woman's in front of you and she's explaining how, like, what if everything you knew, your life you took for granted, these were things that were placed in your mind, they were sewn in, they aren't real. And then she kind of ends her little monologue by saying, like, I'm waking you up, I'm pulling you out, whether you like it or not.
Hmm. Sounds fun. Sounds like a very direct successor to BioShock, especially BioShock 1. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm down for a mystery. I'm down to solve a puzzle and figure out a crime, but I'm going to need to shoot fire out of something at some point, or lightning out of my eyes or something. Keep
Yeah,
me interested, keep me focused.
I'm kind of with you there. I need more run and gun. I need a fast pace. That's what, like, even going back to the scary games, the stuff like I tried like a Fatal Frame before, where
Yeah.
the mechanic is like, oh, you got to line them up just right and take the perfect picture to scare the spooks off. I'm like, I need it.
Yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm going to leave. I'm going to just go. There was a Casey was talking, when Casey said Twin Peaks is a video game, there was a terrible Japanese Twin Peaks style. Like the game was almost a like beat for beat Japanese remake of Twin Peaks. I need to try and I played it. I had it. It's a terrible game. I think it's for like PS2, but it was a beat for beat remake of Twin Peaks. Um No, not Alan Wake 2. That's mean. Don't say that. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. That's definitely not it. Deadly Premonition. There's the answer. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Oh, yeah. That does ring a bell. I never played it.
Honestly, it was noted as one of the worst video games of all time. The mechanics are bad, the controls are bad,
Right.
everything about it bad. But it's a very almost beat for beat Japanese take on Twin Peaks, so it's a lot of fun.
Interesting. I see Casey flashed the "I melt for you" Love Day balloon in the window. I don't know if that's the herald of his soon return or just a random share. Oh, good old V-Day, right around the corner again.
Oh, it is. I'm excited. I got big plans. I got great things on the docket. Great things, tremendous things. Maybe, possibly, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. Best V-Day ever, honestly.
Best V-Day ever. You know,
I
I don't
heard
want
some
to drag
evidence
it.
I know your longstanding claim, and I'm with you to an extent. V-Day, corporate holiday, Hallmark holiday, all this other stuff. But there's a lot of historical precedent for Valentine's Day, and it dates back to like the 1400s. And I didn't know any of this stuff. I always thought it was like a 70s, like the Simpsons Love Day, almost beat for beat. Just call it Love Day or something, but not so cheap. But it goes back. It was ordained by the Catholic Church around the 1500s. I didn't know all that. It's a pretty substantial holiday. We have less substantial holidays on the list than that one.
Well, we went over it in I'm surprised there's
You're surprised I don't remember. That's a shock.
Well, when it comes to talking hogs canon,
Fair enough.
You're the grand wizard. You're the one that oversees the tomes. But we what was it? I mean, it's like, yeah, there's some historical precedence for it, but it's as valid or as strong as something like a Christmas. It gets morphed and twisted through time, but it was I'm trying to recall. The deal was essentially like the Pope and the Catholic Church wanted to shit on another religious figure who was in danger of becoming like a martyr to become a powerful opponent, and they're like, ignore that. Pay attention to this lovely priest that we're going to raise on a pedestal instead.
There's some pagan holiday associated with the 15th, or it was a pagan holiday that celebrated around the Ides of February. It's not Saturnalia, but it sounds something similar. On the 15th of February, and the Catholic Church is like, haha, suck it. How about St. Valentine's Day on the 14th?
Yeah, it was all just smoke and mirrors. It was all
much like a lot of the other holidays they created.
Yeah. It's I mean, again, I won't drag it too much because we've already done that before. Everything's what you make it. If you want to have fun with it, have fun with it. Just goddamn the incessance on the necessity around holidays like that. I'm still happy that Nikki and I are like, blah, another day.
Well, y'all do a lot of stuff for each other throughout the year. So, I mean, there's my cat.
Oh, is that the cat rival Bell?
I do like, maybe, I think that's one of his text messages. There's Onyx. I enjoy Valentine's Day. I like Valentine's Day. And, like I said, celebrate what you want to celebrate for whatever reason. I used to make a big deal out of April Fool's Day, another great pagan holiday, ruined by the Catholic Church. But I like Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a good holiday. I've always enjoyed it, celebrated it, tried to.
I like an excuse to get some good grub, but I'll save it for not exactly the V-Day itself, just because that's going to be so fucking crowded.
Oh yeah, you don't want to go. It's nobody drives in New York. There's too much traffic. Like, you don't want to go out to eat on Valentine's Day. There's too many people eating out.
Yeah, too many people eating out. Not enough people eating out.
That's right. That's your new campaign slogan. I think you should run for mayor, Rocky Face, on that platform. I'm serious as fuck, dude. Listen, the Democratic Party keeps hitting both of us up to run. We need to run. We need to run against each other and not accomplish anything. Just it be an incessant smear campaign against one another with no real productive platform.
I've got a million. I got a million. We could easily freewheel. Like, listen, this is a man who has never been called in for jury duty because the local justice system knows that I'll be too unbiased, that I'll bring too much justice. They can't trust me in a courtroom. I'll
We can.
expose them.
I'll expose them for who they are. I've got numbers. I got names. I got a big stack of papers that are poorly organized. I got a poorly Xerox manifesto that everybody's got to read. Yeah, we should slander each other, but positively. It's like,
Yes.
Senator Curl here. It's like no one's running for senator. We're running for like trash commissioner. Senator Curl's never missed a day of work, never laid out, always good to his parents. You can't trust somebody like that. Can't have them in office.
And when we're inevitably forced to bow out because, it's still a red ticket, we'll have fun. We'll have some of our own little. We'll tie talking hogs into it. Then we can both just support our vote to Jason Bergen.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh yeah, that fat neck fucking hologram of a person.
I'm voting. I'm going Bergen.
I can't, man. I can't for that. I can't that goober. I can't. I just can't. Because here's the thing: the ones he's got in Dalton are fine. They're okay. They're decent billboards. But if you've seen the one on alternate 52 on the way into Chatsworth, I see it every day going to karate. It's license to deal, license to sell something. So they've taken his big fat head and poorly photoshopped it onto a much slimmer James Bond-esque neck and turned it sideways like he's facing you. And it don't fit. It's not shopped on there good. And it's for his real estate thing. And it's just, it's disgusting. It's very upsetting. I can't do it. I couldn't vote Bergen. Now what we could do is generate a series of AI generated images of one another doing things that are less than reputable. We can run them through our campaign. Photos of you drinking Mai Tais on Little St. James is like, is this who you want in office?
Oh man, just run smear billboards against Bergen. Like Bergen will bend over for the local authority, and just him getting railroaded by like Bob Shaw. It's like,
yeah,
Senator Curl staying straight on issues.
I love it. That's perfect.
Now, what does Bergen do?
We've talked about Bergen before. He's the guy on all those shitty billboards in Dalton, like the UFO one. He's big fat chud, ran for fucking mayor. He's a real estate mogul. All the great old white guy hits.
That's great. I hope
I don't like it. I'm not a fan. If I see him in person, if he listens to the show, he can go fuck himself.
I don't know anything about him. I just like his dumbass billboards, and that we've given him like way too much marketing time on our podcast.
Daniel firmly standing by, yes, he deserves to die.
I hope he burns in hell.
How'd the call go, Casey? You want to break it down for us?
It was good. She had to remind me what medicines to take.
Yeah. Is it a lot?
It's like Mucinex and a little drink, and then we have one of those little like instant tea kettle thingies that boils water in like 10 seconds. So I've made myself some tea.
Nice.
Oh, you got one of them Chernobyl kettles?
Yeah, the one that sets it to 1,000,000 degrees in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Well, melted through the floor. Yep, there it goes.
Oh, just go through these waves of it, dude. It's like I was feeling fine, and then now I'm kind of like back to feeling pretty shitty right now. And I'm looking at myself in my webcam, and I look like one of the characters from the 70s Dawn of the Dead, like right before he turned.
Yeah. It'd be like that when you're down. You're putting a lot of energy into hog, so it draining what little you had.
Look, man, at least you're sick. At least there's an excuse for how you look. I look like the photo of Scott Stapp on Behind the Music in like the bad years,
Yeah.
like gained over 60 pounds, and it's just like awful.
With arms completely broken.
He's coming to Chattanooga. You know that?
Yeah. Not the full band, just Scott Stapp.
I mean,
that's all you need.
Yeah, why eat the baked potato when you got the steak? You know what I mean?
So let's go there.
I think he's coming to the Signal, right? Like the move. Yeah. I haven't been to the Signal since they moved to the Choo Choo. I assume to die like the Terminal did eventually, or whatever that was called. But
well, look, if you name yourself Terminal, you can only expect the worst.
yeah.
Just name yourself Stage 4 Cancer and get it over with.
I was in a band called that in high school, Stage 4 Cancer.
Yeah. That was your high school band, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're inoperable myoma. We're here to rock your ass off.
My sacrifice. Let's go there. That's me. I just think about some of the lyrics that those bands wrote, and they wrote them down seriously on a piece of paper, and they were like, "Fuck yeah, this is it." And it
This
was.
shit writes itself.
And it was. And they weren't wrong. Scott Steps. So let's go there.
I like the ones where they decide, like, I don't need more lyrics, I just need more sound. And it's like the equivalent of a manager telling you if you lean in, you could be cleaning. Scott Stapp is like, if I'm breathing, then I should be singing. So, like, how many times can you say "what if" in a song?
What if? Yeah. Oh, I'm with you. I love that song, but that song is 75% what if.
A famous graduate of the Eddie Vedder School of Music. That whole genre of men who sing in the
You may want to make sure you don't open your mouth fully at any point during the performance.
Yeah, it's Farmer Fran from fucking Waterboy.
It is. It's literally. I'm sorry. I'm not a Pearl Jam person. I've never been, never could be. Couldn't convince me.
The good Pearl Jam songs are great, but mostly they're not. But I do love one album by them, like the whole way. But you know me.
I'll give them some credit. I think it makes better poetry than it does a song. I think the lyrics are probably fine if I could understand them. If I read them, they read like poetry, but I don't want Eddie Vedder singing anything to me or anyone I love.
What do you think? I feel like everybody has at least one artist in that Mudmouth vein, not to be confused with the different genre band Mudvayne, but like that they enjoy. And I feel like I don't have one though. Like I'm not like Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Scott Stapp, nothing like that. Maybe Audio Slave is the closest thing for me. I like some of their stuff. Does that count enough?
I'm a Lifehouse boy.
Are you just talking about like 90s alternative singers or a certain style? Because Chris Cornell
style
is Audio Slave, Soundgarden. He was a lot more like
palatable.
Was versatile. Like he could sing a bunch of different, he could sing really well if he needed to, but mostly he was there for how high he could get and how much like nasty he can make his voice. So I would say out of those low, grungy, muttermouth dudes, I would say that Vedder is the best. However, you wouldn't catch me dead listening to Pearl Jam nonstop, because I would pull I don't know, I would end it.
Poor Chris Benoit.
Yeah, we'll do a little Bowflex action in the basement. Yeah, don't worry, I'm going downstairs to work out.
I'm going outside to kill the car.
I mean, God damn it, I don't know. Most of them, looking back, if you're putting like Soundgarden in that mix, I would rather listen to Chris Cornell sing than the rest of them. Yeah.
That was kind of a wasteland of music for me around that time. That's why the majority of my listening, there were some exceptions, but most of my music was just me listening to classic rock at that time. Going back.
Dude. Boston's Boston.
Oh, Boston's Boston from the album Boston?
Yeah.
Love that.
It's classic,
Boston.
Dude.
How about this? Let's upset some people real quick. I want, like we haven't enough already, take that Pearl Jam lovers, you
Mhm.
bitches. They played as the closer at more than one festival I went to, and I used that as an excuse to go back to the hotel and eat early.
You and
But
everyone else.
yeah, what's one that like what the fuck were we talking about? God damn it, it just left me. No, I remember. So we were at some new CBD THC like legal over the counter bar. I told you about, Dan. We went to Snapdragon last night.
Nice.
It ripped my fucking ass off. God damn it. I'm such a lightweight now. But this is like OTC stuff. So you go to the fucking counter, you get, your infused beverages or mixed in drinks, and they've got a bunch of like gummies, cookies, brownies. They've got, bongs you can use there, and you can do dabs and shit. But it's the point is they were playing some music and they were playing good music. Now, who's that motherfucker that did the cover of Hallelujah that every single dude that loves listening to sad music won't shut the fuck up about?
Fucking like the old guy.
No, the
No.
younger, like everybody fucking
Like a 90s or early 2000s updated cover. Like I can hear it in my head.
yeah, yeah.
Wasn't that fucking
It's like by like Morose Bentley or something.
is it Jeff Buckley?
There we go, Buckley. I was trying to remember. I was starting to put it together in my head. Like, come on, who was that guy that Luann dated in King of the Hill? So that shit
Oh,
so fucking overplayed. And I'm sorry, I don't even hate it. I don't hate it, but that shit is on every indie motherfucker, some soulful I've been trying to get pussy playlist. And then it got double overplayed in our circle because a couple of our friends wouldn't stop playing it every single fucking time they got drunk and wanted to hug each other. So like when that song came on their speaker last night, I was like, man, this song's so overplayed for me. I'd rather listen to Don't Stop Believing.
yeah,
Like Jeff
yeah.
Buckley's Hallelujah for me is just too overplayed. And it's not always the time for it.
I got one.
What?
Me personally, as big of a Green Day fan as I am, if I have to hear Tommy Your Life one more fucking time, I'm gonna kill somebody. I can't with that song. And every time it plays, somebody, some asshat comes up to me and goes, "You know that opening take right there is from when he did a live performance on MTV." And said, "I was like, I know, I've heard that 7 million times. Shut up, leave me alone. Put your acoustic guitar down.
Put it down, God damn it! It's like talking someone off a ledge. Put it down. Put the guitar down, brother. No,
It's like that scene in Animal House where Bluto takes the guitar and just smashes it up against the wall.
So we're talking like songs that everyone loves, but just grinds our own gears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aerosmith in general.
Yeah.
They're kind of a band that really kind of pisses me off.
I'm with you there.
I'm never like, oh boy, Aerosmith. You know, that never happens. Or I'm like,
but when it comes on, if it's not like, I mean, wow, guess, I mean, yeah, I've heard that too much, but if somebody like, if I hear a little like ragdoll on the speaker or something, then I'll find myself kind of jamming to it.
Maybe there was a time, but not anymore.
God damn.
See, I'm not the only one that's sick.
Right?
I probably have more hotter takes than that though. That was a weak one. I mean, I don't have to hear Stairway to Heaven again.
No.
As much as I love Black Sabbath, I really don't like the song Paranoid. I've heard it 14 billion times. I wouldn't have to hear it again. I can still listen to War Pigs because War Pigs is just sick nasty all the time.
Yeah, it or the Cake version. I'm still down for either.
They did good. Cake is good at covering stuff. They do well with that. And trumpeting.
Speaking of that leads me into another who should do more covers. I want to hear Tenacious D do more fucking covers because they kill a cover. The Who mashup they did of Tommy is badass as hell. Wicked Games was good. They they cover some. They did the Time Warp. They're fucking great at it.
Oh, have you heard them do "You Never Give Me Your Money"? They did that one.
Yeah,
Very good. Very good.
that's
No,
who.
they're the best. I mean, Jack Black is a national treasure, and Kyle Gass is criminally underrated as a second man, and he's truly Scottie Pippen to Jack Black's Michael Jordan. Like it is the two of them
Mhm.
combined, they can pull off just about anything.
And it seems like Jables has always been there for KG, and he's helped him through some tough times. And they're both in a really good place, constantly, almost touring again together. That's a celebrity I could see most people get behind now that I would vote. I would legitimately vote for. If you give me Prez Jables and KGVP, I'm there all day.
Are you suggesting that we bring two kings to fucking reality? Is that what you're
That's
suggesting?
exactly what I'm saying.
Because I will
Make
support
it
that.
reality.
With my dying breath, I will support that.
Yeah, they're Renaissance men. They can do it all.
Fucking lead us two kings. Like that would fix everything.
What do you mean?
Nothing would be wrong
we-
ever again.
Could we, in our last 2 minutes, lead us three kings?
Three kings. That sounds
Fucking
like
I say, yeah. Why not?
three kings.
Hell,
It's
I'll even I don't even have to be the superstar because the presidency seems incredibly shitty and taxing. I'll take Secretary of Treasury.
No,
And
I bet you would.
it needs,
money's
it
at
needs to
Bill's
be-
house.
Aaron's Secretary of the Treasury. He had the most money. We had to give it to him.
It only makes sense. He knows what money looks like.
We don't. Never seen it. I would propose more of a biblical structure, a God in three persons, Trinity situation.
Father, Son, Holy Ghost is kind of...
Casey has established earlier in the episode that he was a ghost, and me as the ever eternal helpless man child will be the son, and we will go from that angle.
Perfect. And there we go. We just gave people gold with less than 1 minute.
God bless. And we still have to work. Well, immediately after this, guys, we're going to record ourselves a little bit of a Patreon, a little old school style fuck around and find out. Going to speak a little Vince McMahon, probably going to say some shit that I would only feel comfortable putting behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good advertising point. If you think the things we say here are awful, just wait till you see what's behind the paywall.
Just wait till you pay for it. That's going to be patreon.com/talkinhogs for $5 a month. Become a friend of the show. Social media at talkinhogs, Gmail, talkinhogspodcast@gmail.com. Other than that, hot sauce hogs15 at checkout. We love you. I want you inside of us.